Hey everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies, and today I am here to do my mental health check-in week number 4. So it's hard to believe that we are already at mid-March. It is Friday, March 15th. Well, actually, I take that back. It's Saturday, March 16th at like 1:30 a.m. when I am filming this. I actually filmed it earlier today, and I didn't like how I had some second thoughts about some of the things that I said. And I actually want to start off by talking about that. But first, I want to ask about how you all are doing. I hope you have all had a successful mental health week, I guess. I don't know how to really put it. But I hope that you all are doing well mentally. I hope that if you are struggling, that you have resources to reach out to, that you know that I am always here for you to reach out to me. I try to make sure that I always put my email address down below. You can also find me on Facebook and message me there on Facebook Messenger. I would prefer email unless I have spoken to you before. And the only reason why I say that is that then it's just, for me, it's a little more secure. And sometimes my Facebook Messenger gets like inundated, like it did today, with messages because I do sell and destash items. And so I've got people contacting me about that. And I belong to a lot of groups, and I talk to a lot of small shop owners, and I have a lot of friends in the community, online friends in the community. And I just don't want to inadvertently miss your message. But I check my email, my Diamonds and Dragonflies email, multiple times a day. And I have it set up for notifications on my phone. So that way you won't get lost in the shuffle. But if you don't want to email me, that is completely okay. You can message me on Facebook. Or Instagram, for that matter. I want to just start off and say how absolutely blessed I feel with the amount of support that you all have shown me and given me. It has been dumbfounding and amazing. Obviously, it has been a difficult week. Still adapting to the loss of Athena in the house. Our other 2 dogs, Atlas and Rhea, are grieving, which, I'll be honest with you, I truly did not expect. They did not really go through a period of grieving when we lost Titan 2 years ago. And they were not particularly close to Athena, that I truly did not anticipate them mourning her to the extent in which they have. Part of me is touched by that fact. especially where Atlas is concerned. It gives me hope that he's not just an adorable smushy face jerk, which is what he feels like most of the time. But that he does have a heart. But it's sad because I don't know how to explain to them why Athena's not here and that she's never coming back. When Titan died, we took Athena with us when we made the decision to put him down. And it was the best decision we ever made. Part of the reason why we didn't take Atlas and Rhea with us, which in hindsight, I'm very glad we didn't, considering that she passed away in the car like 5 minutes after, less than 5 minutes after we pulled away from the house. I just felt that they would be too much and overwhelming her. And I didn't want our focus to be on dealing with them as opposed to sharing those last moments with Athena. But they are grieving. Atlas keeps taking Athena's dog bed, is still laying on Kirk's side of the bed on the floor. He keeps pulling it up onto the bed and laying on it, which he has never, ever done before. I keep finding Rhea laying in the downstairs bathroom in front of the toilet on the fuzzy bath rug where Athena used to lay. That was her room, her spot. Athena has been our only dog that never liked crates. She was never a crate dog. She fought it. She never wanted to lay in a crate just to chill. It was always a struggle to put her in the crate. Whereas every other dog we have ever had has always loved their crate, and it has become like their little private den. But not her. Instead, she took and made the downstairs bathroom her private little den, which was actually kind of fitting, because then she had your undivided attention when you were in there. Once Rhea got sick, once Athena got sick, we would occasionally find Rhea in there with Athena, but never in there by herself. Well, now she lays in there all the time. We've been trying to take their minds off of it. We've been trying to focus on them, which, to be honest, is as much for their benefit as it is for ours. We've been taking the two of them with us pretty much wherever we go. Obviously, Kirk doesn't take them to work with him, but we took them out tonight with us. We had a couple of errands to run, but we were not both going to be in the store, so I just stayed in the car with them. And then we went to go get food, and it was a carry-out place. But they had a picnic table and picnic benches outside. So we had their leashes and we just hung out there with them while we waited for our food. Tonight they got pup cups from Starbucks. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember which day it was, but we went to DQ earlier this week and they got pup cups from DQ. So this is twice now this week that we've taken them out for car rides. And they've been in heaven with that. They love it. So, that's been good for them. It's been good for us. My husband ended up taking Wednesday and Thursday off, essentially for mental health recuperation. He is very depressed and misses her greatly. She was Kirk's dog. So I've been trying to cheer him up. And I guess you could say in some ways, my focus this week has been on everybody but myself. My focus has been on my husband and his depression, my dogs. Emily has been down in the dumps. She's upset that she was not here. I've even had communication from William every other day, which has been surprising, but really great that it has happened. So I'm very touched that he has kind of returned back to my son that I love and that I missed seeing. Hopefully it will continue. I had therapy on Wednesday and I talked with my therapist and, she asked me how I was doing. And I was honest with her. I said, I don't really know. I said, I don't really know how I'm feeling. Part of me is devastated and very sad. But there is a part of me that feels relief. I am relieved that she went on her own terms, that I didn't have to live with the knowledge that I made the call to end her life. Because I am someone who definitely second guesses myself all the time. And I have second guessed myself with Titan and with Duke, not with Flash. Flash, I knew it was time. But I've second guessed myself. Did I do it too early? Did I do it too late? Should I have just let nature take its course? I don't know. One of my one and only in-person real life friend said something very profound to me last Friday when we had made the decision that we were going to take her and put her down on Saturday. Said to me that, dogs give us the greatest gift, unconditional love, that anyone could ever ask for. They are our true companions. They are there for us no matter what kind of day we're having. That even when they are sick, they still put us first. They are still there for us. And I know this to be true because even though Athena was so weak this past, her last week of life, that she had such little energy that it would take her hours to go from one room to the next because she had to rebuild up her energy to be able to walk that far. Every time I got sad and I broke down and I started to cry because of what was happening to her, she would find the strength to come to me to comfort me. That my friend said to me, the greatest gift that we can give our dogs is the ability to take away their suffering. Because we don't get to do that to people. But we get to give that gift to them. And I thought that was pretty profound. And I was willing and ready to give that gift to Athena. She was definitely letting us know that she was tired and she couldn't go on. And even in the end, she still gave me the greatest gift she could give me by saying goodbye to me and letting go on her own so that I didn't have to live with second guessing myself. And I will always be grateful for that gift that she gave me. So I have been trying to focus on self-care for me, trying to get my husband to give some self-care to himself. And I am going to talk about what that means. My therapist used to say to me all the time, ever since even before she diagnosed me with the borderline personality disorder, when she first started seeing me, she would tell me that, I needed to do self-care. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And it wasn't until Kirk was gone, when he was in rehab, and I was alone, and I was struggling, and I had to find some way to deal with being alone and getting through each day, that I started like a routine for myself of what I did every morning, what I would do every night, and how I kind of planned out and mapped out my days. And I remember about 2 weeks in, and I was actually seeing Emma then twice a week because I was in such bad shape. And I remember it was about 2 weeks in, and she was asking me how I was doing, and I said, I don't know. I'm like, I feel stupid because I'm doing this routine, and it's actually gotten to the point that when I don't do the routine, I end up, like getting out of bed to do it because I didn't do it, and I feel like I'm breaking some rule or something. And she asked me what I was talking about, and I described it, that I had this routine that when I got up in the morning, I would open the curtains, I would put up the shades, I would go and get dressed, I would wash my face, put moisturizer on, put eye makeup on, even though I wasn't going anywhere, but eyeliner and mascara went on. And then I would go and take care of the dogs, let them out, give them their morning medicine, feed them, take my morning meds, take my blood sugar, check my sugar, find something to eat. And then usually I would end up, going and diamond painting. And she started laughing at me and she said, "So you're finally starting to do self-care?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Heather, that's self-care. Doing things that make you feel better." And here I'd had this idea for, over 2 years at this point in time, that self-care was like going to get a massage or, going to get a manicure, something that involved me pampering myself. And she's like, "No, it's things that you do that comfort you mentally, that give you stability, that help take away your anxiety, make you focus on positive things as opposed to negative things." She said it can be something as simple as you listening to music. It could be you reading a book. It could be going for a walk. It could be taking a bubble bath. It could be anything. It could be sitting down and diamond painting. So please, if you are having a hard time, do some sort of self-care for yourself. A lot of us get bogged down in things, and no offense to any of the gentlemen that might be, according to YouTube, I have no male subscribers. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but that's what YouTube is telling me. But if there happens to be a male that is listening to this and or is one of my subscribers, please do not be offended by me saying what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say is, I might not have young school-age children anymore, but I know and remember very, very clearly what it was like as a woman, all of the responsibilities that I had as a wife, as a mother, as a person. Yes, I was a stay-at-home mom for 17 years. But my kids were still in high school when I went back to work. So I had a job I did, a job where I worked 50 plus hours a week. I still had 2 teenage kids at home. I had a house to take care of. I had 4 dogs at the time to take care of, and then 5 dogs to take care of, and a husband to see to. I had laundry to do, dishes to do, cooking to do, you know, all the things, cleaning to do. And I felt guilty so many times if I would put off doing those things in order to do something that I wanted to do, which back in the day at that time, it would have either been cross-stitching or gaming. Now it's diamond painting. It is okay, ladies, for you to go and say, if you are having a bad day and you are struggling and you need to do something for yourself, you know what? You didn't have those children on your own. There is nothing wrong with going and saying to your husband, I need you to hold down the fort, or I need you to run Billy or Susie or whoever to karate or baseball or softball or dance or whatever activity your child is participating in, because you need to have some you time. Ladies, it is okay if you have smaller children, or if you happen to be a stay-at-home mom, or I'm sorry, a single mother, or even a stay-at-home mom, or whatever, and you need to recharge your batteries. Don't feel bad because you plop your kid down in front of the TV and have them, you know, watch a movie. You know, that's why God created Disney Plus. Come on, people. You know? And you let them watch a movie. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to hit the camera. So that you can watch a movie or they can watch a movie and you can diamond paint and you can recharge your batteries. There is nothing wrong with that. And don't let anyone tell you differently. You are entitled to self-care. You are entitled to do what you need to do for your mental health. Now, you know, if you do have a partner, a wife, a husband, you know, a significant other, whatever, please know that they're entitled to it too. But you're both entitled to it. You're just going to have to work it out as to when you can each do it. But don't ever feel guilty or bad for wanting to take that time for yourself. And don't let it build up to the point that you can't function. Because then you are of no use to anybody. You know, I used to have great difficulty because as a mother, I think most of us moms out there, we look at the fact that our job is to take care of our children. And that comes first above anything else. And I had a really hard time with this concept of you need to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And I had a real hard time grasping that. And my therapist put it into these terms and used this example, analogy, I don't know what you want to call it, but said to me, it's like when you're on an airplane and the stewardess is going over all your safety, you know, telling you where the emergency exits are and all of that. They tell you that when those oxygen masks drop down from the ceiling, that you secure your mask first, and then you assist those around you. You know, whether it's a family member or, you know, a total stranger. And I used to rebuke that, and I was like, hell no. I'm making sure my kids are okay first. And she said to me, well, what happens when you don't put your mask on first and you're struggling with your scared, terrified child and you run out of oxygen before you're able to help them? Because depending on the age of the person you're helping, they might not know how to help you and put it on you. You know, if you're talking about a small child. And if you run out of oxygen and you can't get the mask on them because you didn't mask yourself, then you're both dead. And I stopped and I thought about it for a minute. And I was like, okay, that makes sense now. I finally get it. I see what you're saying. So take that time for yourself, because you are of no use to your baby or your toddler or your middle schooler or your high schooler or your adult children or your husband if you don't take the time to deal with your stress, your anxiety, and to provide some self-care, and you take care of you. You're going to be resentful, you're going to be burnt out, and you're not going to be any good to anybody. And that's what you need to focus on, especially when you are struggling. Yes, obviously some things are time sensitive, and you might not have, excuse me, the time to do something for yourself before taking care of whatever needs to happen, even if you aren't necessarily in the right frame of mind, because those situations do happen, they do occur. But when you can, when circumstances and situations allow, you need to take that time for yourself. You need to recharge your batteries. You need to get yourself in a good headspace. And if you do that, you're going to find that you are so much more valuable and so much more helpful to your loved ones. As you all know, I had stated that I had added to my treatment plan the goal of wanting to improve my social engagement with people outside of my family members. I wanted to be able to make friends. And I have been trying to do that. I have stepped outside of my comfort zone. I have been talking and communicating with a couple of folks from the community, 2 people of which I've actually been talking to on the phone, like verbally, others where I have been communicating, whether it be by Facebook chat or by email. And trying to build and forge some new relationships. With some folks, it has gone very, very well. I can honestly say that I feel as though I have a new best friend. I'm really excited because she told me that she is going to be in my area in May, and we are making plans to see each other and spend some time together diamond painting in person. And I am really looking forward to that. We have gotten to the point where we talk or text pretty much most days. And it has been fantastic. I can be honest with her about my feelings, and she doesn't judge. She's got my back, and I hope she knows that I have hers. And I feel that I am very truly blessed to have her friendship. It has meant a great, great deal to me. Things with the other person that I had been talking with on the phone have not been going so well. I don't know if we're just not compatible. I apparently, to make a long story short, she said something, I responded, she said something more, and it triggered me, what she said, and I was proud of myself because I didn't let teenage Heather take control of the conversation. I actually did not even respond right away because I wanted to make sure that teenage Heather wasn't calling the shots. And I calmly and rationally explained to her that I was pretty sure that she didn't mean what she said the way she said it. The way she worded it, it came out very bossy and controlling. And I didn't feel that she meant it that way. So I calmly and rationally told her that I didn't appreciate when she talked to me that way, that it upset me. And could she please possibly try and rephrase, choose some different words so that it didn't come across that way in the future? Well, she came back and accused me of being mean and nasty in what I had said, and that I had upset her, and she needed to take a break and walk away from me for the time being. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out what it was that I said that she thought was mean and nasty. I don't consider myself. Can I be mean and nasty? Oh, I sure as hell can. Teenage Heather, she's got a mouth on her. But in this instance, I wasn't letting Teenage Heather drive the car. You know, Wisest Heather was driving the car. So I don't know if I still have a friend or not. I told her that since she asked me and said that she needed a break, that I would not be reaching out and contacting her, that if or when she wanted to speak to me, she knew where to find me. She has brought up the events that we were both participating in together, but that has been the extent of any communication that we've had. It has been a, one or two comments being made back and forth, and strictly about diamond painting. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if this is it and, it's just done and we are not going to continue to be good, close friends. And I'm sad if that's the case. I enjoyed talking with this person. I had a good time talking with them. But, I guess it is what it is. But it has caused me to kind of take a step back. I don't really feel like I'm in a position to try and be friends with anyone else right now. I kind of put myself out there with her and made myself very vulnerable. And I'm disappointed that it didn't work out. And I kind of feel like, why did I bother? What was the point? Why did I bother? Why did I take the chance? Because, now I'm feeling hurt and upset. And it was better when, oh, I thought that was an S, it's an 8. Okay. I feel like I was better off when I just wasn't bothering to be friends, because at least then all I felt was loneliness. at least I didn't feel hurt and bothered. I just felt lonely. So, I guess just take it one day at a time and see whether or not that person does still want to be my friend, or if, they're done with that. And, if they are, then they are. I can't force someone to want to talk to me and be my friend. And I feel like even if they stated, that they're sorry and we quote unquote make up, I don't know that it will ever be the same again. I don't know that I won't just be constantly on my guard. Because I was hurt by this person. Am hurt by this person. But, what they say, shit happens. So, shit happened. So, this week, if you made it all the way to the end of this segment, let me know in the comments what self-care are you going to do for yourself this week? What self-care are you going to do for yourself this week? And let's leave, I don't know. Well, it's Monday is St. Patrick's Day, so let's leave a shamrock. So leave a shamrock emoji and tell me one thing that you're going to do for yourself this week. One act of self-care that you are going to give yourself this week. So I look forward to reading your comments. And I can't wait for the next time that we get to chat. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Tell me in the chat what act of self-care that you're going to give yourself this week. And if you are new here, if you want to hit and you enjoyed today's segment, and I have lots of diamond painting content as well, please go and hit that subscribe button. And then it's totally free. You can hit the bell and be notified of when I put up new videos. There is a link in my bio to my Patreon. You can register with my Patreon as a free member because there are polls and things like that I'm putting up where you guys can get to vote on what projects I'm going to work on and things like that. So please feel free to at least sign up to be a free member. Of course, I would love to have you as a paid subscriber to my Patreon for additional content that not everybody else gets. So that would be great. I am going to be throwing up for those of you that are in the top 2 tiers. We're going to be having our first Zoom or Teams chat. I haven't decided which we're going to do later this month. So probably sometime in the next week or two. So keep an eye out for that because I will be posting that on my Patreon, what the date and how you're going to log in to do that. So I got to get my husband to help me with that and figure it all out, but I will get that done. So please take care. Take care of yourself this week. Please give yourself an act of self-care at least once this week. Do something for yourself that helps you and allows you to recharge. Even if it's just taking and spending an extra hour diamond painting. Whatever you need to do, whatever works for you. All right, everybody. As always, I love spending this time with you guys, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. So bye, guys. Take care. Love y'all. Stay safe. And remember, don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle. Shine bright. Always. Bye.